Welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. If our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is a white man, the whole of Africa would have supported him in the fight for the liberation and freedom of Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet and a wise man indeed, and that was why he said, and I quote, "You cannot beg your way out of oppression, and you can't appease your way out of domination. The only way out of oppression and domination is fighting back until your freedom comes." You can see, my brothers and sisters, those supporting one Nigeria, those advocating for one Nigeria. You can see how Fulanis are on rampage, killing and maiming, kidnapping and destroying, and and everyone wants to keep quiet. They are running out of time. They are desperate now. So that is why we have seen the level of terrorism coming from the Fulani tribe in a level that have never been seen before in that zoo called Nigeria. You know, when you appease your oppressors, just as the governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umeyi, did to the Fulani terrorists, after he had signed a memorandum of understanding with the Fulani Mayetti Allah for their support and their help so that he will be rigged into office for the second term. And in exchange, he promised to settle the Fulanis in Ebonyi State. But you know one thing, the consequence of that kind of agreement, the Fulanis would disregard the MOU. They would disregard it. Just as they've done to Tinubu and Co. They disregarded all the stuff they signed before they formed the APC. And now the Fulanis are on rampage, massacring Biafrans in Ebonyi State after they had told the local Fulanis to vacate the state in order to avoid any collateral damage. The Fulani, before the attack, they threatened the locals that they were going to cry, they were going to see blood flowing in their villages, and they made good of their threats. As if that wasn't enough, they came back again barely 2 days after they attacked 4 communities in Ishielu in Ebonyi State. They invaded another community in Ohaukwu local government area of Ebonyi State. They killed many innocent Biafrans and they abducted their village head. Imagine that nonsense. This is something the Biafrans cannot do in the north. Imagine a Biafran going to the north, a group of Biafran going to the north, killing innocent Fulanis and adopting maybe their emir. The whole Nigeria would have been in flames by now because of that. But they have the audacity because our Efulefu governors, our governors who are slaves to the Fulani Caliphate, have signed away our ancestral land to the Fulanis. That is why we must rise up and fight back. The governors never called in the military, as they usually do when unknown angels or Eastern Security Network chases the Janjaweed Fulani out of Biafran land. They just look the other way. They only make some kind of media stunt and say, "Oh, we will call in the security forces," and nothing will be done. But if it was unknown angels, if it was Eastern Security Network, if it was IPOB, the whole state would have been filled with the whole Nigerian military, killing and maiming innocent Biafrans. The consequences of appeasing your oppressor or begging your way out are usually ethnic cleansing and losing all your ancestral land to the Janjaweed Fulani terrorists. Because they are running out of time, they are becoming more aggressive and using the Nigerian security apparatus who cover up for them. They also provide them with military uniforms and ammunition like they did in Ebonyi State. They provided them uniforms and ammunition with which they used to kill and maim Biafrans. The Janjaweed Fulani terrorists attacked Atyep indigenes in southern Kaduna despite military presence in the area. That is the consequence of appeasing your oppressors. When you appease them, you don't fight back. They will keep killing. They will keep maiming. They had the audacity to abduct 3 community leaders and they killed many innocent farmers in southern Kaduna. And this happened when Fulani Meyetiala and the Atyep farmers had a meeting, over the destruction of farmlands by Fulani herdsmen. The Fulanis will always justify reasons for their killings, while the Fulani presidency and the Fulani-controlled Nigerian military will keep mum and look the other way because they are all in it together. Another one happened in Taraba State. These are the same people supporting one Nigeria. These are the same people the Fulanis used to fight the Biafrans during the civil war in 1967 and 70. Now the Fulanis are now, killing them, maiming them because they are appeasing their oppressors. In Taraba State, 5 innocent Christian indigenous youths were shot dead by Nigerian Fulani military. The indigenous Christian youths weren't interrogated by the military. The military saw them on their motorbike and they just opened fire on them. They opened fire on them and killed 5 of the youths. The Nigerian military now claim that they are kidnappers just to cover up their ethnic cleansing. These are all part of the Fulanization agenda. They kill the youths, they look for excuses and claim either they are Yahoo boys or they are kidnappers in order to cover up their crime. They are just using that to weaken the community so that they won't have strong youth to face the Fulanis when they come attacking their communities. But in the southwest, the Fulani presidency are also planning to arrest, kill, or detain the Yoruba freedom fighter, Chief Sunday Igboho, for daring to oppose their Fulanization agenda. The Inspector General of Police of Nigeria sent a letter to him to appear before them at the force headquarters in Abuja. The Fulani presidency are only interested in prosecuting a peaceful freedom fighter, but are weak in prosecuting murderous terrorists, Fulani herders and bandits who maim, who rape, who kidnap, who slaughter Biafrans and other southern indigenous tribes. Nothing happens. Not even an arrest. Not even, police going there or military or having the Air Force bombing the area. They don't arrest them. That's why you go to any Nigerian prison or police station, you can never see a Fulani being held. The Fulani presidency, controlled by Meyeti Allah, gave a standing order that they must set any Fulani free, no matter the offense the Fulani committed. The Fulani governor of Zamfara State, in defense of the terrorist Fulani bandits and herdsmen, claimed that Nigerian government lacked adequate manpower to tackle Fulani terrorism in Nigeria. And you can see, none of the northern governors had called in the Nigerian military. Instead, they negotiate and pay ransom to the terrorists. Whereas their counterparts in Biafra land, like the little Hitler, Governor Wike of Iguacha, and the Supreme Court Administrator of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, and others, they are quick to condemn peaceful Biafrans, and they call in Nigerian military to massacre Biafrans. Biafrans and other peaceful tribes in Nigeria must wake up and stand up against Fulani presidency hypocrisy. The only solution to freedom is to fight for it. As we can see, the British government is working for the Fulani Janjaweed because they are stealing and taking our oil for free. You know, they are working for the Fulani oppressors and have been able to convince the United States of America, and they carry them along as they did before in the 1967 to 70 Civil War. You know, and that was why the Americans, they gave a contradictory report on the Nigerian security forces killing of Nigerian youths during the EndSARS protest at Lekki. The American government report on Lekki shooting is prejudicial, contradictory, and misleading, and suits the narrative of the Fulani presidency and caliphate. And that is what the Fulanis want. They have been able to bribe their way through. We must remove all the Fulani criminal headsmen and bandits in our bushes and forests and send them back to wherever they have come from. And the stubborn ones will be sent to Chukwukabiama for judgment. My brothers and my sisters, we must fight for our freedom by supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, Eastern Security Network, because we have nowhere to run to. Fulani have bribed their way through, they have bribed all the international communities and organizations with our oil. They have done everything and promised them heaven and earth, And in the first place, the international community and organization have no interest in the peace of the sub-Saharan Africa. Thank you for watching my video. Please watch out for the next. Bye-bye.